Cork City have possession on the far side. It's knocked forward towards Rory Keating. Conor Keeley gets ahead to it. Conor Keeley, incidentally, along with Ryan Brennan and Freddie Draper. Oh, and that's a strong challenge. They're going to come back to that one.
No, he's lost. There's nobody near him.
That's something you hate to see.
Can be one of them dry pitch injuries. You can see there's a bit of sand on this side of the pitch as well, and you know it's very early in the game.
He's just getting some attention at the moment here. I'll see it again at the moment. It's played across by Coffey to this near side, and
see here when he just tries to
that's a horrible looking fall there, and you can just see the way he went down, just turned awkwardly. He looks to be in a lot of distress, Dara Crowley. So 15 minutes gone, still 0-0 between Drogheda United and Cork City. Long clearance by McCabe. Gilchrist gets up, breaks down to Dara Markey, the two men who were involved in that equaliser for Drogheda. Turner's cross earlier in the season. Of course, Markey with the shot, Gilchrist unfortunately deflecting it into the net, and the cross comes in from Heaney. He wasn't able to keep it on the pitch, and it's gone out for a goal kick to Cork City. Better play from Drogheda there though, Paul.
Yeah, better, but you just think why Markey hasn't got more belief in getting that out of his feet and hitting it. He's plenty of space. He's within 15 yards of space. He just needs to get the ball out of his feet and try and test the keeper.
Yeah, no goals for Dara Markey in the league so far this season, and only one last year. He's not someone that gets among the goals too often. An absolutely key player for Drogheda, no doubt about that, but if there was one area of his game he could do it improving on, it probably is his goals, but certainly take nothing away from his all-round field. And he's away now, and he's got the run being made outside him. It's Kustovic. He's been forced a little bit wide. He's got Heaney in front of him, gets the cross in towards Keating, and the header, well, straight at Colin McCabe. He just couldn't quite get enough power on it. There wasn't a huge amount on the cross, and he had to really try and turn and get his head in the ball, and he probably, Barry stuck it in the bottom corner. He was probably going to struggle to get that one past Colin McCabe from there, but a decent effort nonetheless, and good play from Cork.
Yeah, as you say, he's just coming back on himself a little bit, just wants that in front of him a little bit more.
He's got Draper making a run, plays it to his left to Dale Rooney. He's on his right foot. Is he going to have a go with it? He is. It's not his favourite one, but it breaks back towards Teagan, and his shot is blocked by Honahan. A shout for a penalty there. Neil Doyle says he got the ball, and well, it's a real spell of pinball in the box, and Drogheda ultimately have to settle for a corner, but frantic stuff there, Paul.
Yeah, and Honahan with a great block there in the end. It's clumsy, this one. I'd like to see this one again because it's fairly clumsy, I think. Just after this one here comes now. Ooh. Just goes in and turns his back on it, is where he might have given himself a problem, but
Dara Markey, ball played forward, and it's been knocked back up the other end of the field, and Noel Abbey is through here, and he's gotten around McCabe, who's come out of his goal, and he's found the net. It's 1-0 to Cork. Colin McCabe and Manny Adegbayega having a fairly heated discussion there. Colin McCabe came off his line. I'm not sure he needed to, and Tunde Olabi, as he has threatened to do a few times tonight, Paul, gets his reward.
If you come as a goalkeeper, you have to go all the way. He's in no man's land for me. We'll see it now in a minute, but it's that goal I thought might come from back to front, from that pace, from that energy, that legs in behind. He's always playing on shoulders. He's always going to look to get down the sides. So Tunde Olabi gives, you can see it Cork there now, lead. Honahan's ball forward. It's just a direct ball, but he's on shoulders all the time. You can see McCabe, I'm right, he's in no man's land. If he's coming for them, you've got to go all the way. He kind of comes and he stops and he makes it easy, but he still has a bit to do on the finish. He's composed enough to push it by him, and then still Conor Keeley's on his tail and he just slots it in. So Tunde Olabi, goal number 4 in the league for him this season. Of all the good balls in from Gilchrist, it's actually one that I talked about that hasn't came from Honahan. It's just a ball up the middle that shouldn't really trouble them, but the trouble comes from McCabe. I think that if he stays in his into the last 6-7 minutes of this game, well, into the last 5 now, 85 minutes just over, gone. Ball in, flicked on by Laddie. Here's Freddie Draper. He's got someone on his, it's Ali Gilchrist who was holding on to him there, had a grab of his jersey. Draper spun, got the shot off, couldn't keep it down again. Paul, he'd be disappointed he didn't hit the target there. Yeah, because he does everything you'd want, and you know he wants to get onto his right foot from that position, and as a centre half you can't really do a lot because he can shift both sides. He could have went, but he's always going to come onto his right side. Just gets up. Infield to Adam Foley. Freddie Draper's on the edge of the box. Conor Keeley's at the far side. Ahui again. He's got Kustovic in front of him. He's just trying to shake off the attentions of the Swede, and he gets around him. And can he get his cross in? He does, and it's in towards the near post, and Jimmy Corcoran can only bat it over. Good play from Alicia Ahui, and the corner is going to be taken from this
side of the field. Dale Rooney was sprinting across to the far side. Neil Doyle was like, no, over this side you come. So it's going to be a left-footed in-swinger from Dale Rooney here.
Does really well, doesn't he, Alicia Wee? But when he shifts, he just gets that. It's nearly a cross-come shot, isn't it?
Brian Whitmarsh, and now it's with Dale Rooney on this near side. He gets the ball in towards the back stick. It's going to go beyond everybody again, though. Just overhit. Freddie Draper frustrated. Rooney annoyed with himself, I think, as well. He would have hoped to do better with that one, and just couldn't find its target. Just a little bit overhit, Paul, but it's just one of those things at the end of it. A long, tiring game, and it's not always easy to put the ball in the right spot, and Rooney, in fairness to him, normally does. Just a little bit too much air on that one, and sails harmlessly wide. From a Cork point of view, they'll be delighted with that. Yeah,
it's probably that chance where we felt would come, that there'd be one good half chance. You think that might be it. It's on Rooney's favourite side, just to whip it in. Just goes beyond Conor Keeley.
We have had the 5 minutes, and there goes the full-time whistle. The Cork supporters over on that far side, absolutely ecstatic. Any of them who've made the trip all the way up from the south, Cork will be absolutely delighted with that 1-0 win tonight. Thanks so much for listening, for watching this evening. For myself, David Sheehan, and Paul Crowley, we'll speak to you again very soon, and enjoy the long weekend. I'm sure you Cork City fans will.